Hello everyone, welcome to the part number one for this second milestone. So the plan of the day is to create the account context like I told you in the intro, where we're gonna put everything about the user. So we're gonna have all the business logic about accounts gonna be together inside the Phoenix application. And after that, we're gonna start to set up the Facebook application login for your server. So why not start right now? So the thing we gonna do first is we're gonna jump on the code, and what we're gonna do, it's right there. Sorry, it's smaller. I'm gonna close this one. And now what we're gonna do is, it's first thing we're gonna run a context generator like we did with the post. So if you remember what we did in the post, we did that gen context pose blah blah blah. We say pose photo image URL caption. So we're gonna do almost the same, but now we're gonna do this with accounts. So we're gonna say accounts. After that, we're gonna say user. So we're gonna create inside the account a schema called user. We're gonna say the same here in plural. We're gonna say we're gonna have a username as a string and gonna be unique. Not unique, sorry. Don't know why I create that here. So I'm gonna have an avatar string. I'm gonna also have his Facebook ID as a string. And so here, first thing before we go further, the Facebook ID is gonna be a way for us to save the ID of the user from Facebook. So the ID of Facebook for this user. You're gonna see why in a moment. And after that, we're gonna also add an email as a string. And now this one's gonna be unique. Just to make sure, username, avatar, Facebook ID, email. We can also add, if you want, we can also add first name as a string, and also we can add last name as a string, like that. So after that, we're gonna run this command. That's gonna create for us some good amount of file. So why not see what they create for us? First thing they create here inside the private folder. One sec, I'm gonna just make it bigger for you. They create here inside the private, inside the repo, inside the migration, they create a second migration where we create a table here user. So this is everything we have say. We say we're gonna need a username, avatar, Facebook ID, email, first name, last name, and we see here all the types, string, and we create a table inside the PostSQL. Here we create also a unique ID with a unique index with the email. And it could be good, but also what we're gonna do is we're gonna create a unique index user. So here you put your table name user, and we're gonna say we want the Facebook ID. Why? It's so because I mean the Facebook ID is gonna be unique for sure. It's an ID, so so we're gonna make use here. After that, they create for us inside the lib. They create inside the inside the Instagram folder. They have created the account context like they do with the post. And now we have the user with the schema. And I'm gonna just say here what is the schema. So I have almost nothing to say. Here it's just finally a schema where it's built for the generator, and you see this is one thing I really like about using a tool like that. It's they build for us like a lot of code is already done for us. Yes, okay, using generator is not the best thing always, but it's really good when you are in the learning process, and also it can be a really good place to make the app starting. So you can code your business logic right away. So here, as you can see, we have the schema. This is almost the same thing as here, but now is the schema you can make use. And now here inside the change set, we have the cast. So this is what the user can enter inside the when they create a user. But here the validate require I don't want to have the username as require when you create your account. I'm gonna see why in a moment. And now inside the unique constraint, I think we're gonna do the same as that here, but we're gonna say Facebook ID like that. So we're gonna have a unique constraint in the email in the Facebook ID. So here it's for Ecto right there. And after that, they have created here inside the account every like kind of a CRUD function, where here we can get a list of user, single user, create a user, update a user, delete, blah blah blah. So I'm gonna just remove all the docs. I like docs, but for this tutorial, I think it will be better if we don't have docs. It's gonna be easier for us to just see this code like that. Perfect. Hello, we have the list user and the user, and this is what they create, and also they have created for us inside the test almost the same thing. The account, we have the account test here where they have already filled a lot of tests for us. So here, if we read what they say after that run mix ecto migrate. So we're gonna run that mix ecto migrate. So that's gonna create inside Postgres, inside the Postgres, that's gonna create a new table called user where we have ID, username, avatar, Facebook, blah blah blah, and everything. And here inside the structure, you can see we have some constraint like right there, the index. We have the user email and the user Facebook ID constraint. The index. So sorry. So that's it. So that was this for creating an account context. So now why not add the Facebook wrapper and make it work? So the way that's gonna work, it's first thing we're gonna add this library. So Facebook, this version is 0.17 right there inside the mix. So we're gonna open mix ex. Again, remember if you came from Node.js, mix ex exs. It's like your package JSON. We're gonna put a comma here. Don't forget, put Facebook. Finally the version. We're gonna after that run mix dep get for getting your dependency. After that, like I always told you, when I get dependency, I like to compile my project. So this way, I'm gonna get all the autocomplete of the Facebook library right there. It's gonna be done. Facebook module, I mean. Perfect. So now we have add Facebook. So now all we're gonna go, it's first thing we're gonna need for the Facebook, like here they say, you need first thing to register an application on developer Facebook, and after that get an access token from this place, and after that we can do a call with Facebook. So this is what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna open developerfacebook.com. I'm gonna click on my app. I'm gonna click on add a new app. I'm gonna call this one Instagram clone. I'm gonna click on create app ID. Okay. So here I'm gonna just type the text we see. Okay, good. And now we create the project right there. So here we have Instaclone. So you see why I say Instaclone? It's just Instagram, not Instagram. Facebook don't want to have the word gram. So Instaclone. Now it's like they say here, open the Facebook access token tool right there. And now you can open inside my app right there, Instaclone. And now we're gonna just put here need to grant permission. So we're gonna click on that. Need to grant permission. I'm gonna say continue, and now I'm gonna have a user token right there. So now I can use this token to do the test like they say right there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go inside iTerm and I'm gonna run IEX smix to open IEX inside my Phoenix project, and I'm gonna say Facebook. Now you see I get the autocomplete when I click tab, and now I can do something they're gonna say. Example, I can say me, and I can get my first name. So I'm gonna say me. I'm gonna say here I need like here a string first name. So I'm gonna say first name, and now here I need to pass the access token. So I'm gonna just paste this token right there, not here but here. Sorry, here. I'm gonna paste this token, and now I can paste this token right there inside parenthesis, inside quote. And now if I click enter, you see this is the response I get from Facebook. I get a tuple here right there, where I get here like a map, where I get my first name, Emmanuel, with the ID of my user right there. You see, was really not painful. Sorry for that ID. Now you may be asked why we did all this stuff here. It's just because you need to get that, forget the access token tool. For sure, you can have done that with other project you have, but we're gonna need that, this app ID, with React Native. So trust me, we're gonna need that. So how we're gonna work with this stuff, it's first thing here, it's pretty nice. Okay, we know that's gonna work. Yes, perfect. But the user don't gonna go inside the terminal. So we need to do like a services for us. So how we gonna manage that? I'm gonna create inside my Instagram web. I'm gonna create here another folder called Oauth, like that. Then I'm gonna create another file called facebook.ex inside this Oauth. And now here that's gonna be my wrapper for me around the wrapper of the Facebook library this user have created right there. So now here I'm gonna create a module called Instagram web.oauth.facebook. So if you follow all that go, it's Instagram web.oauth and .facebook. And now after that here, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna say here at the top, I'm gonna create right there. Think about that like not like a constant, but a variable right there where I can put like an ID, email, first name, and last name. So if you ask, okay, why I do this way, it's because if I paste that inside my terminal right there, and I do the same command like I show you, so facebook.me, and I paste this one here, and I put there inside quotes. Now look what's gonna happen. I'm gonna get my first name, my ID, and my last name right there of my user. So everything I have asked him. You see, so finally here you ask whatever you need. And why I create that here at the top is just because if you want to add something, you can just add this here. So here now, how I'm gonna work, it's first thing, I'm gonna create a function called getInfo. Who here, this one's gonna receive the token of the user. So this getInfo gonna have the token, and now this token, we're gonna pass this with this pipe operator right there. So if you don't know how the pipe operator works, it's finally give whatever you have here as a result, gonna get that as the first argument of the second function. So I'm gonna create a function here called getUser, and I'm gonna create that right here. So getUser, who's gonna receive a token. So the token is gonna be this one who came here and get here. You can call that like that, but for me, I like to put that here if I have no argument. And now here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add this OK and user, who's gonna be finally the result of this thing. You see OK, and my user is gonna be all this map right there. I'm gonna say user equal facebook.me, and I'm gonna say right there field equal to field, like that. And now here I'm gonna say token, like we do finally right there. Here, facebook.me, put all that right there. So now, when I got that, here the only thing I'm gonna return is the user. I don't want to return the tuple for that, so it's gonna be just easier for working with this pipe function. You're gonna see in a moment. So now, if I save that, I'm gonna run. I can run this command and see if that's gonna work. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run again my EXMix. And now I'm gonna say Instagram web.oauth.facebook, and now I can call my function getInfo. And now this one, the only thing you need is to get a token. And now what we're gonna receive back is this user right there. So this is what we just create. We create almost the same thing, it's just now we have removed the OK from the user. For those who don't know, Alexa always return the last line, so that's why we do this way. So here we have the tuple, we're almost destructuring this stuff here, where we see here we're gonna have the atom OK, and here we're gonna have the user map, and we return the user map. But now the thing is, here I'm gonna create that as a private, because I just want to have access to the getInfo. Perfect. So now one thing I'm gonna do, I would like to normalize this user to make it the way I want my application to work. So as you know, right now, the way that works, it's like this. Oops. Sorry, I try to go really quick, and sometimes I just Facebook.get info, and now here I'm gonna put back my story. Really? Okay, so now you see I got first name, Emmanuel, ID, blah blah blah, and last name. Now, one of the thing happening right now, it's I would like to receive also my profile, my user profile picture. So how can we do this? And us everything. So if you click here in the documentation, they have created for us inside the API reference. They have created here, so Facebook. Click on Facebook, and you're gonna have everything here you need. And one of the stuff here they're gonna have is dot picture, a picture for a Facebook user. So this is how you can get the picture. So you need to have the ID of the user, to have the size of the image you need, and the access token. That's it, Facebook.picture. So we can create a new function for that. So we can say def picture, not def picture, sorry, I think too much in picture. So we're gonna create a function private where that's gonna be get user profile picture. Why this one here gonna receive the user object, gonna also after that receive a size, and gonna receive a token. So this is the same thing as here. So here is gonna be the ID, so we're gonna take that, the small for the size, and the access token. And now this one gonna return another tuple with some data in that. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say Facebook picture, and I'm gonna say user. How can I access the ID? By doing like that with bracket notation. I'm gonna say size and token, and what I want to return like back here is gonna be the data. So now here what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say after this one, now think about this, now here after that here I have my user object. So now here what I'm gonna do is get user profile picture. So now the first argument is gonna be the user. So now I need to just pass two arguments, and I'm gonna say small and token. So if you remember, this is the, now I have the user here, I just need to pass small in the token, like that. So now, if I run this command again, so I'm gonna rerun this command, so I'm gonna just copy paste back my token, and I'm gonna run my, again, I'm gonna say Facebook, Instagram, web.oauth.facebook.get.info. Now I put my my token. Now you're gonna see what I'm gonna receive. Now I receive only the data, and as you can see, now I receive my URL. So this here, this URL right there, if I open that with Google Chrome, you're gonna see my face right away, right there, my little face right there, because I have asked for small. So now we are like, okay, so now this function, this is the only thing return, and that's not right. First thing, yes, okay, I want the URL, but I also want to return the user. So how can I do this? Here, one of the things I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna add the fact that I'm gonna return here like a list where I'm gonna have the user and the data. So now, if I rerun this, I'm gonna just zoom a bit. Okay. So now I'm gonna just recompile. So if you want to know how to recompile, the thing you can do is just put R and put back the only module you want to recompile. So I just want to recompile back my Oauth.facebook. So I'm gonna recompile back this one. And now you see redefining a module, blah blah blah. I just make a mistake, blah blah blah, like this. So now we have it. So now we can rerun the code. So I'm gonna just do command K just to clean. And I'm gonna run back again my Instagram web dot Oauth the Facebook dot get info, and now Now you see what I got? I got like a list where the first item is the first map of my user, and now is the data. So this is this thing right there. So we are pretty close. So you see this function, call this both function. So all I go the token, go inside the user, right there as the first argument. Here we'll return the user, and now with the user who came here, we can get his photo, Facebook picture with his ID. Okay, we did a lot. So now one thing, it's now I want to normalize that to make it as what I want here, because you see I want the image URL to go inside the avatar. So how can I do this? It's by creating another function, and I'm going to call that normalize. And I'm going to say here going to receive a list of the user and the picture data. Here I'm going to say do. And now the only thing I want to return, it's a map. Well, I'm going to have my Facebook ID, who's going to be equal to this user ID. I want avatar to be equal to, if we look, so data URL. So how we do this is by saying picture data URL. I'm going to save that right now, but I'm going to say normalize, and I'm going to put normalize right there. Oops, right there. So now the normalize is going to receive this list right there. So here we receive a list of user and picture data. So now I'm going to recompile. Recompile. And now one thing I'm going to do also, okay, yeah, like that. And I'm going to just do up arrow, and I'm going to rerun that. Enter. Now you see what I got? It's a map right there where I have the avatar and the Facebook ID. So I have just the URL I need and the Facebook ID, so we can continue like that. So what we need also in the DB, it's going to be his first name. So it's going to be from user first name, and last name from user that last name. If I save that, recompile, rerun, you see I get first name and last name now. The thing also I need is the email. So now if I say email and user dot email, one thing is gonna happen. It's now I get nil. I get nothing. Why? And I also have asked here the email field. But what happened? I mean, what's happening? The token they give you inside the Graph Explorer, they don't give you access to the email. But I've tried with another token I just got, and as you can see, I got my email right there. So don't worry about the email. When we're gonna log with the real iOS SDK or Android SDK, we're gonna get the email. Don't worry about that. This is something I didn't know, and I just got this thing. So I'm honest with you, I didn't know this problem right there. So at least we get it to work for that. So we get the Facebook wrap with normalize, so we can get the data from the user, blah, blah, blah. So in the next part, we're gonna be able to create a user or getting a user, and also creating a GWT for that, and returning this GWT inside a GraphQL mutation. So I hope you enjoy. Sorry for this mess up part, but I hope you enjoy, and we're gonna talk in the next one. Have a good night, everyone. Bye.